Hello everyone and welcome to today's pick a card reading. For today's reading we are doing a you versus them reading in your connection. So we are talking about a relationship, specifically romantic, and we are asking Spirit to show us your person's energy, your energy, the connecting energies, and then we'll be getting messages from your person and from your side to see what is going on in this connection. So for today's reading, we have 4 groups for you guys to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the card Potential. And we also have this key here. For pile number 2, we have the card Going Forward. And we also have this dried pink flower. For group number 3, we have the card Leadership. And we also have this shell here, and it has a little pull inside. And then for card number 4, or pile number 4, we have the card Success. And this pink butterfly. Okay, so as usual, you can pause the video here if you want to have more time to decide on a group. And whenever you're ready, just check the description box down below for the timestamps and then let's see you versus them in this connection. Hello and welcome everyone in group number 1. So you guys chose the card Potential. I'm just going to show it to you again. And it has this big volcano on here that is starting to erupt. And you also chose this little key here. So I definitely get the sense that in this connection there is something that you are unlocking here, and I chose these cards to represent the connecting energies in your connection. So as I mentioned in the intro, today we are asking Spirit, you versus them, what is happening in this connection. So I'm first going to be laying out the energies of your person and of you, and you will find that some of these energies might overlap. Often in romantic connections you share some of the energy. So to start off, for person A, you have the card Deer from the Animal Spirit Oracle, and person B has the card Peacock. Okay. Then person A also got the card Gossip, and person B got the card Femme Fatale. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Okay. So, starting here with the Deer, this is Earth energy, so Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. And in this deck it is talking about a very motherly energy. And you know, I immediately think of that trend about doe eyes, so I don't know if you guys know that makeup trend, but person A could have very nice eyes and like eyelashes, but I get a very sweet energy from this person, and I think they are very caring and loving. You know, we have a lot of green on here, and even with this peacock as well, but you know, that really links with the heart chakra. So I think person A here is very open with giving love to others, and this card also talks about you know, almost like a mother's energy after giving birth, so really very caring and gentle. And I find it interesting that it is alongside this Gossip card here, and this Gossip card says with the light attributes, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust, and the shadow attributes are thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So I definitely get the idea that in this case we are talking about the light attributes here. So this person is quite sensitive to undercurrents in conversation, so I think they have a way of being very empathetic when speaking to others and really trying to retain from being in the shadow attribute aspect of the Gossip archetype. So they really want to speak kindly to others and about others. So really like a very gentle soul that we have here, and I get quite a feminine energy here. It doesn't have to be gender specific, but person A is definitely representing more of the feminine side. Now with person B here we have the peacock, and this is air energy, so Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And this talks about someone who is quite confident but also kind, and I do get a very unique energy with this, so I think Aquarius is standing out to me here. Now, this could be someone that is quite physically attractive. It doesn't have to be, but I think they like to show off a little bit. Maybe they have an interesting fashion sense. And especially linking with this energy as well. You know, with the light attributes, it says, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. And the shadow attributes are inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. So I think this person knows they are quite attractive, and they maybe like to use that to their advantage sometimes. But I definitely also get the sense here that this person has quite an open heart chakra as well, like this dear person. So it's interesting to me that both of these people are showing up quite strongly in their feminine energy. So at this moment, this connection is in a very emotional state, and this could, for some of you, be a scenario where you are planning on having a family, especially when I look at the deer as being a motherly energy, and with the card potential here being the connecting energy. It's almost like what you guys are unlocking is this new phase in your life, which could be an actual birth. You know, this volcano erupting could be like really almost erupting with emotion and starting this next big thing in your life. And with the peacock, I get the idea that this person would really like to show off their family if this is talking about an actual birth. Now, with the gossip card as well, I do get the sense that this dear person is a bit afraid of other people's opinions. So maybe this could talk about a situation for some of you where you are a bit younger and you are afraid that people will think negatively of you if you want to start a family now. Obviously this won't relate to everyone's situation, but I definitely get the sense that in this connection there is something brewing, and you know, it's also it's something out of love. You know, this key also has like these hearts on here, so it's not like a negative thing like we usually correlate with a volcano erupting. You know, it's not going to be devastation. It's actually going to be something pretty and almost miraculous, because if you look here, it's like stars almost coming out of this volcano. So it's much more of a magical energy than it is destructive. So you can maybe relate to both sides of this energy that we are talking about here, but definitely this connection is moving into a new phase, and I do get the idea that this is something long term as well, like I said, starting a family maybe. So I want to move into the messages now. So I have 2 tarot decks, and I'm going to be using one for each person here. So let's start with person A. Spirit, can you give us information? What is their current energy, or what messages wants to come through from person A here, the deer? Okay, we have the High Priestess. Interesting. Oh, that's too many. Just the one at a time, please. Okay, we have 2 of Wands. I'm actually going to take these upright today. Just going to move these up. Okay. We have the Death card, so transformation, and this is Scorpio energy. Let's just get some clarifiers. We have the 6 of Wands, so victory in some way. Let's get just 2 more, please, Spirit, for person A here. Okay, that is 2. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the 9 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna get for person B first before I do the interpretation, but I'm already seeing a very clear message here. So Spirit, for person B, please. What is their current energy? Okay. We have 6 of Swords. We have 10 of Wands. Interesting. And we have the Knight of Cups. Alright, and just some clarifiers, please. Okay, we have 8 of Pentacles. We have, oh, Death card as well. More Scorpio energy. This is quite interesting. So that's very significant energy in your reading today. Let's get one last card. Okay, that's too many. Just one more card, please, Spirit. Okay, I'm actually going to take this one. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Just get these nice and straight. Okay. So let's start here with person A. So, of the High Priestess, this dear person's intuition is really heightened at this moment, and they really have their eyes set on some type of victory. Now, it's almost like they are going to be in the spotlight, like this person on here. So I really get the sense that they are planning on doing something or making something happen, like I said, the family example. Because this Two of Wands really talks about thinking about the future. You know, this girl is on here with this map and she's really determined. I don't know if this is showing up if you look at her facial expressions. And she really is strategizing almost. And we have this infinity symbol above her head. So as I mentioned, this is something that is long term. It's not just a quick thing. When you think about the volcano as well, when it erupts, that all that magma, the lava, it hardens and it stays there forever, basically. So it's really something that is going to have consequences for a long time. Now, with this Six of Wands, as I said, being in the spotlight, that's where this gossip energy also comes in. So this person is quite afraid of opinions from different people, but they really have their eyes set on this. And, you know, there's like the star here. It's almost making me think of the story about Jesus in the Bible, where the wise men followed the stars. That's also talking about a birth. So I really get a very strong sense in your group. This is talking about planning for a family. And it's like you've been thinking about this for a very long time, maybe planning for a very long time. And with this Knight of Swords, you really want to almost rush in. There's a sense of urgency here. It's like you've been waiting for a very long time. And you know, this horse is really like galloping away. And you really want to move towards this death energy, which is all about transformation. And what's interesting to me is this Nine of Wands that is clarifying it. Now, this Nine of Wands talks about almost like a paranoia. But this girl is very determined as well. So it's like you have quite a lot of fears, or person A has quite a lot of fears about moving into this next phase in their life. But it's like they won't let anything stop them and hold them back. They really want to rush in, like this person. So as I said, I think this is something they've been planning for quite some time. And they really have their eyes set on this specific thing. Now, with the Nine of Wands, if this is talking about starting a family, obviously it's quite natural to have fears and to be a bit panic-stricken, especially when the time actually comes. You know, you can only prepare so much. So it's like a bittersweet energy almost. This is something we really hope for, but you also have a lot of fears about whether you will be able to pull through and really do the right thing. And with this gossip energy, I also get the sense of being afraid of maybe family members interfering in your business. People have a way of doing that. And I think you really have to stand your ground. That's what Spirit is telling me. you will be victorious, so that isn't something you have to worry about, but just be aware that it's normal to have anxiety. And with this High Priestess as well, I think you should really trust your gut. You know, they talk about a mother's instincts, so I think you should base your actions on your intuition. And it almost looks like she's holding a crystal ball. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be a mirror as well, but it's like you've been seeing your future and how it will play out, and now it's time for you to put this future in motion and really have this transformation. And you know, Scorpio is quite can be quite an obsessive energy, so I feel like you've really been, or person A sorry, has really been ruminating about this and about this future that they want to have. And that's also almost been making them feel anxious, because it's like they've been stalling in a way, you know, being in preparation mode all the time. And now is the time for this to transform. And it's almost going to be like this eruption. Suddenly, everything changes. Now, to move over to person B here, this is very interesting. You know, I just want to quickly mention, I think the reason why we have so much feminine energy showing up here is because the feminine energy is also about creation and starting something new. So I think both partners are really wanting this new phase. Now, this links in with the Six of Swords, which talks about moving on, and this is actually also like a family. And I really get the idea that you, or this person B, really wants to speed this along as well. It links in with this Knight of Swords energy for me. So definitely both of you really want this forward movement, and that's why your connecting energy is also this potential card. It's like you're unlocking your future. And with this Eight of Pentacles, they really are willing to put in the effort and the time to make this work. And I think especially person B wants to focus on the earthly matters, so maybe really putting in effort at their job so they would be able to provide for this family. You know, the Eight of Pentacles really talks about mastery, and I think this also links in with like parenting. So really reading a lot about maybe how to handle children or anything like that, and wanting to be the very best at it. So that is quite interesting. I think they are very focused on really putting in a lot of effort, and with this peacock they want to be proud of that. They want to stand tall and be confident in themselves. Now, person B definitely shares the fears of person A. So this Ten of Wands is talking about someone carrying a very heavy burden, and I do get the idea that this is also something that they have wished for, and this was also a burden that they were carrying with them, but they definitely also have their fears about this transformation. So I think this is very adamant from both sides, this hope and joy, but also this big worry about whether you will be able to actually carry out your plans and be the best that you can be. It's quite a big responsibility to have a family, and I think people sometimes don't realize how much work it is. Not that I am a mother or anything like that, but you know, just from observing other people, and this is definitely coming through in terms of your person's or person B's fears as well. Now, we also have the Knight of Cups here, so definitely a lot of love from this person's side, and I think it's interesting. We have the Knight of Cups here and the Knight of Swords here, so it's definitely connecting between both of you that you want this forward movement, and it's like they want to pour all of their love into this new future and this new situation that you are bringing into your life. Now, I don't want to keep saying a birth, because for some of you it might be something else, but family is coming through quite strongly. Now, if this is something else like moving in together or anything like that, really everything still relates. So there's still fears about whether this will work and whether both parties will be enough. But there's a lot of love shared. So I don't think that is a true fear that you have to have. And now with this Ace of Wands, it really also talks about beginnings and starting something, creation. So really birthing something new is written all over your reading, and they also have a big desire for this new phase in your life. And it's really like they want to pour all of their energy into this. And you know, this almost makes me think of this Six of Wands as well. You know, this person is holding a wand, and then this girl as well. So you really are very connected in terms of energy. It's almost like you are mirroring each other. Although I do think person A is more focused on maybe thinking about this and the emotional aspect, whereas person B is more thinking about the earthly aspects, so providing stability and having enough finances and stuff like that. But at the core, both of you are looking at the situation in the same way. So that is very interesting. I want to end this reading with some guidance cards. So I'm just going to use the Moonology deck and one other deck. So Spirit, for group number 1, can we please get one Moonology card to give them some guidance for this new phase in their life? Okay, that is 2. That's fine. We have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. And we also have step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So with the North Node, I definitely get the idea that this is part of your future. It's like something, as I mentioned, that you have been planning for. And it's really almost like destined. I get that idea very strongly. And with this full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. I think this is something that you're already focusing on, so you have been prepping and planning a lot. But I think Spirit is really just encouraging you to make even more plans, just to prevent this feeling of paranoia as well. I think it will put you at ease if you know that you have answers to a lot of the questions that you will have once you enter this new phase in your life. So let's just get one last guidance card here. So Spirit, for pile number 1, please. One last card. Okay, we have Imrama, I think. Where are you being called to journey to? So really this is talking about this Six of Swords energy, about moving into your future actually. So I think like this dear person, your intuition has been telling you about where this connection is headed, and it's really all about unlocking this future that you want to build together with person B. So pile number 1, that is what I see for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you want to support me, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously it's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. And then I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. And good luck with this if you are starting a family. I really do wish you all of the best, and I think you guys will be great parents. Bye! Hello all my lovely people in pile number 2. So you guys chose the card Going Forward. And you also chose this pink dried flower. I hope it's showing up on camera. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, today we are doing a you versus them reading in your romantic connection. So we are going to be looking at your person's energy and your energy. But I'm going to do it as person A and person B, because then you can decide for yourself which energy you relate to more. And then we are going to see how each person is showing up in this connection. Now to start, I chose these cards to give us an idea about the connecting energies between both of you. So with going forward, I definitely get the sense immediately that both of you want to move into a different phase in this connection. It could talk about making something official, or maybe you've been going through a stormy period and you really want to experience a bit of a lighter energy in your connection. But I don't want to be a bit too forward, so we're going to look at all the cards. But you do also have this flower which talks about like blossoming, so definitely the idea of moving into a better energy that is coming through here. So I'm just going to put this here for now. So to start, I have 2 animal oracle cards to get us an idea about you and your person's energy. So for person A, we have the starfish. And then for person B, we have the turtle. Okay. And then we also have an archetype card for each of you. So for person A, we have the addict. And for person B, we have the judge. So this is quite interesting energy. Now, both of these cards are water energy, so Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So maybe you and your person are the same sign, or that is just like significant in your birth charts. Now, what I find quite interesting is that, you know, starfish are associated with healing, and this really ties in with this addict card for me. So with the light attribute, it says helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior, and the shadow attributes are compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So person A is definitely on some type of healing journey. You know, this links in with going forward as well. It really makes me think of someone that is trying to break some sort of negative pattern in their life, and this person is almost like pushing against a wave here. So person A is definitely in a very difficult energy right now. They are really struggling, it seems to me. And you know, starfish, they can regrow a limb if one of these limbs are cut off. So it's almost like they want to regrow part of themselves, and they are definitely quite focused on bettering themselves. Now with this turtle person, it makes me think a bit of Nemo, and you know, where all of those turtles are in the currents and just going with the current. So it's like they are almost like riding the wave of this person's addiction almost, or negative habits. Now we do have the judge card, so I think person B was a bit critical of person A, and maybe you or person B, showed person A on their faults, and maybe really pushed them to actually want to change these habits and move forward into a better energy. Now with the light attributes, it says balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, and the shadow attributes are offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal or criminal authority. Now I don't think person B was very harsh. I do think they have empathy for person A. You know, the turtle almost gives me like hippie energy, like someone that's wise, you know. So I definitely get the idea that person B almost imparted their wisdom on person A and really inspired them to make changes in their life. Now with the judge, I also get Libra energy, so this could be significant for you, especially with the scales here. But I do think this person also wanted to balance the scale. So maybe they felt like they were showing up in a certain type of way in this connection, and they wanted person A to show up in the same way as well. And that's why person A is now really focusing maybe on doing like shadow work and stuff like that to also be in this better and wiser energy like person B. It's very interesting. Person B might be older as well. I know turtles can get quite old. I'm not saying you are like very old. Or maybe you're just like an old soul. You, as I mentioned, are very wise or something like that. And I think you're very... Or person B, sorry, I'm saying you all the time. It doesn't have to be the energy you associate with. But I think person B is... almost like slow moving in how they make choices. It's like they really think about things before they actually put it in motion. And that's also maybe what helps them to not be stuck in like this addict energy where they are swayed by certain things in their surroundings. This is very interesting energy. Okay, so now I'm going to be using some tarot to get both sides in this connection. So let's start with person A here. I'm just going to move these up a bit so we have more space here for all of the cards. Okay. So Spirit, for person A, please, can we get their current energy in this connection? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. So definitely busy with some type of fight. But I think this person B is really wanting to stand by person A's side. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Emperor. Interesting. Okay. And let's just get some clarifiers here. So for the Seven of Wands, please, Spirit. Okay, that's too many. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll take Justice. And I'm not taking reversals. I don't know if I said that. And we have the Scales again, so that is coming through quite strongly. We have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. And for the Emperor here, we have Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, I already see here, but I just want to get for person B before I interpret. So for person B, please, we have the Two of Wands. We have Ten of Pentacles. Let's get one more here. Okay, that flipped. We have King of Wands. We have Hanged Man. This is Pisces. And this is, what is that? Aries energy. We have Five of Swords. And lastly, for the King of Wands, we have Temperance. Interesting. Okay. And I did also see the Three of Pentacles. I'm going to keep that in mind. So let's start here with person A. Shame. I'm really empathizing here with this side. Not that person B is like wrong. I just think that person A has really been fighting a battle here. So, as I mentioned here with the Seven of Wands, they are really striving for victory, and they are wanting to do this alongside person B. It's like they want to take hands and really do this together. And I really think they want the support of person B, especially if person B was critical towards some of these addictions that person A had. They really respect your opinion and they want your approval, or person B's approval. And they also want justice to prevail, and they also want to balance the scales. This man or boy is very determined on here. And we have this big eye here as well, which talks about intuition. So it's like they have their eyes set on this justice. And I really get the sense that they almost feel like it's their duty to put in the work to better themselves, because you have the Seven of Pentacles here, and it really talks about like working hard and making the effort, and then waiting for things to come to fruition. So the fruits of your labor, that idea. So it's like they really want to change things in their 3D world, so that you can also, or person B can also benefit from this. And really, you see this girl is like planting things, and then it has these coins on it. So they you know the saying, money doesn't grow on trees. It makes me think of that. But just like almost planting the seeds for a better future, and maybe even like a better material future so that they can provide for person B. Now we also have the Nine of Cups here, and this really is about like wishes and complete emotional fulfillment, really. And I think this is what this person is wishing for them to put in this effort so that they can experience this Nine of Cups energy. And I think they also want to provide this energy for person B. It's almost like a very relaxed energy. So that's quite interesting. We also have the Emperor here. And now the Emperor is seen as a very stable figure, and when I look at this alongside the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles talks about having control. And I really think this person wants to have control over their situation and over their addictions or negative habits or whatever. And it's like they want positive changes to take root. You see all of these roots here from this tree. And as I said, they want to grow something new. So it's almost like they have to uproot themselves from where they were and go plant themselves in a more positive place. I don't know if that makes sense. But you see with this going forward card as well, all of this nature is like they were in a desolate energy and they want to move towards this green and lush energy. And now, you know, trees, the roots of trees, they actually communicate with other trees underground. So I really get the idea that this person wants person B's support, and I think they have been getting intuitive hits that person B is there for them, but maybe person B hasn't actually been communicating that in words. So that is interesting. Okay, so moving on to person B here, you know, the Two of Wands really talks about planning for the future, and sometimes it can talk about feeling like you're missing out. And I think in this scenario, it's really the case that person B wants a future with person A, but they will miss out on that future if person A isn't willing to change their negative patterns. And that's why we also have this almost stuck energy here of the Hanged Man, because this person wants to have this future with person A, but only if person A changes. So it's like they're stuck on them, but but not willing to actually sacrifice their own ideas or whatever in terms of how someone should be if you want to have a future with them. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I feel like I'm speaking a bit incoherent. I think person B's thoughts are also like a bit muddled. It's like they can't make up their mind really, and they want to really pour their energy into person A and into this future, but they're unsure if that's something that they should commit to if they aren't sure that person A will actually change for the better. It's interesting energy. You know, with the Ten of Pentacles, it really talks about a very stable material life. And with this Five of Swords, it's like arguments. So it could be that person A spent quite a lot of money to almost entertain these negative patterns, and that's one of the worries that person B has, because they don't want to be in some type of financial crisis due to person A's negative addictions. So I think that's also why person A is so set on really putting in the work to be able to provide this Nine of Cups energy for person B and to be this Emperor, because maybe they know that they sponged off of person B, and this could relate to finances. It won't relate for all of you watching this group, but there was definitely a mismatch in terms of how stable each person was showing up in this connection, and I think person B really wasn't okay with that, or isn't okay with that right now. And this could have caused some arguments here and maybe some harsh words. And that's also why person A wants person B's support now, because they are scared that they have maybe completely lost person A. Oh, sorry, person B. So maybe person B said some things out of anger that was a bit blunt. Maybe they were all true, but I think person A might be quite sensitive. They could put up a mask and pretend that words don't really hurt them, but I think your words really cut deep, person B's words. And that's also why they are so determined to actually make this change now. It's almost like person B's words cut off this limb from the starfish, and that's why this person now has to regrow themselves almost. Now, with the King of Wands and Temperance, person B is willing to wait and be patient for person A, because there's definitely a lot of attraction and emotional investment from their side. But, you know, patience can run out. But I get a very temperate energy from person B, actually. I think when they are angry, it doesn't happen often, but it's really because they are so emotionally invested that they actually get angry, because they want person A to actually live out their full potential. So it's not like a bad anger. Alright, group number 2. So I just want to end your reading with some last guidance from Spirit. So I'm going to use the Moonology deck and the Work Your Light oracle. So Spirit, for group number 2, please, can we get 1 or 2 Moonology cards just for some guidance for this connection? Let's see here. Okay, we have expect powerful change. Interesting. I think person A is very determined to make some changes. So if you guys are person B, I don't think you have to be worried. They really are set on changing their ways. Yeah, almost like miracles, you know. Okay, we also have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And you know, Aries, the ram, it really makes me think of charging in. So I think this also relates to person A and really wanting to have forward movement, you know, linking with this going forward card. And I really get the idea that both of you want this to change and to blossom into something much better. So let's just end with one last card here. So Spirit, one last guidance card for group number 2, please. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, you have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Interesting. So for person A, I feel like this talks about really having boundaries with themselves and taking control of the situation. And with person B, it's really not letting your boundaries down, standing your ground and really holding a high standard for this person A to comply with. Sorry, that's not the right English. But you know, set a certain standard for them and don't back down, because I think this is also motivating person A to actually change themselves, because they have something that they have to work towards. So group number 2, that is what I see for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. And then if you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe. And then I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye. Hello and welcome everyone who picked card number 3. So you guys chose the card Leadership, and you also chose this little, this little shell with a pull inside. Is that even showing up on camera? Okay, so today we are doing a you versus them reading, so in your romantic connection, and we are asking Spirit to give us some idea of what energy both of you are in, and this card is to give us an idea of the connecting energy. So this is quite an interesting card to get as your connecting energy. So I'm immediately thinking of the idea of, taking the lead in a connection. So that's quite interesting. Maybe there has been a bit of a stagnant energy and you want this to move forward, so someone has to step up and actually do something. And with this shell here and this pearl, it's almost like you want to explore and you want to almost discover this pearl. So I think there's still a lot of untapped potential in this connection. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this here for now. So to begin, I'm first going to be getting some cards to describe person A and person B's energy, and so these energies could overlap, so you can decide by yourself which energy you relate to more. In these connections we often get that the energy is applicable to both people. So to start, I have animal oracle cards. So for person A we have the mouse, and then for person B we have the lamb. So immediately already very soft energy in your group. Now person A also got the poet archetype, and person B got the beggar archetype. So this is very interesting. So to start here, both of these are earth energy. So this is Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. So that could be your sign or your person's sign, or it could just be prominent in your birth charts. But what is standing out to me here is that both of these give me a bit of a fearsome energy. It's like you're on edge. And I immediately think of lamb to the slaughter. So it's like this lamb is almost waiting for death, almost, it feels like. So it's really a very paranoid energy almost. Now with the lamb as well, I get a very soft and gentle person here on person B's side. So both of you are really showing up as almost shy and withdrawn. So it's quite interesting. This could be a separation. So maybe you are both just keeping a very watchful eye on each other. And with this mouse, it's almost like person A is expecting some type of trap, or they feel like this connection is a trap. I actually want to read for you. So yeah, with the poet it says, with the light attribute expresses soul insights in symbolic language, and the shadow attribute is turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. So this person A could be communicating through something like music, or maybe you read something and then it sounds like something that person A would have said. I definitely get the idea that with person A it's someone where you have to read between the lines. It's like they never really express what they are thinking or feeling, maybe due to fear. Now with person B we have the beggar card, which says, with the light attributes, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion and self-esteem. And the shadow attribute is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. And even this girl, she has like hands in front of her face. So both of you are very withdrawn. And it's like this person is almost begging for attention from person A. And I find it interesting that we have so much earth energy, but it seems to me like this situation isn't actually something that's grounded. It's all up in the air. And that's why we have the leadership card as the connecting energy, because you both want like the other person to take the lead here and to actually ground this into something. and for you both to discover this pole, so discover all the potential that this connection has. Now I actually want to move into the tarot now, so I'm first going to be getting for person A here. So Spirit, for person A in group number 3, please. Can we get some information? Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. Let's get some more. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So they definitely feel like left out in the cold in some way. It's very interesting energy. Let's get one more here and then we'll clarify. So we have 4 of Pentacles. And clarifiers, please, Spirit, for group number 3. We have the Strength card, so Leo energy showing up. We have the Queen of Swords. And just one more, please. Oh. I think this person A has a lot on their mind that they are not expressing. So that is very interesting. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. So before I interpret, I actually want to get person B's energy as well. So Spirit, for person B here, we have also the Sun. That is interesting. So more Leo energy. We have Judgment. Okay, we have 2 of Cups. And I'm not taking reversals today. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's get 2 more, please. Okay. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And lastly, we have the King of Swords. Very interesting. And I just saw we have the Tower here at the back of the deck. Very interesting energy. Alright. So first off, I want to mention we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. So definitely it's like you're actually very well matched. And that's why you're also showing up almost in the same energy here. I think you're both actually very similar. And that's what's keeping this situation stuck. Because you might be a bit more withdrawn, both of you, and that's why no one wants to actually step up. So this is really something that's very up in the air. And with this 3 of Wands, it talks about really wanting growth and to want to explore something. So this almost makes me think of the people in Harry Potter, you know, with this little wand here. So it's almost like you want to conjure up something. Like manifest it into reality, but not actually take inspired action where you make moves towards the other person. So person A is definitely trying to gather the strength to make a move and to actually explore the situation. They might even be trying to write like a love letter or something like that. But with this 5 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, it's like they almost feel like this beggar actually. So there's definitely a lot of mirroring happening in this connection. You know, this person is sitting here with this cup, almost asking like for scraps of attention. So I think this person has quite strong boundaries with this Queen of Swords, and maybe sometimes they think too much with their head and not with their heart, and they might have cut off person B due to their own insecurities and own fears. Now, I do get a bit of an obsessive energy here with the 4 of Pentacles. It's like they want to keep hold of person B, because person B is like this 9 of Cups for them, which is a wish. And I almost get the idea that this is how they feel in person B's presence. So this girl is really like very happy here. So that is quite interesting. And you know, this 4 of Pentacles, this girl almost looks like smug. So I think when person B actually gives person A some attention, they really feel like this smug energy, like they can't believe their luck, that person B actually shows them some attention, because they definitely see themselves as this mouse, and that's why I mentioned they feel like it's a trap. So this is very interesting. Now, person B, we have here the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. So they definitely want changes in this situation as well, and they feel like there's a lot of happiness that is possible with person A once these changes happen. And person B could feel like there's a sense of destiny about person A. So it's almost like person A is written into their life story. Now with the Judgment card and the Six of Pentacles here, I do think that they might feel like person A isn't as interested, and that's also why they aren't actually taking the steps to move this connection forward. So it's very interesting. It seems like both parties here feel like the other isn't as interested, but this is really just their own illusions and their own mind playing games with them, because I think both are just scared to actually make a move, and I think you're also scared of rejection, this person B, because we have the Judgment card here. So it's like they feel as soon as they actually state their truth and come forward with their feelings, that person A will reject them. So it could be that both parties put the other on a pedestal, and it's very funny. It's really like self-sabotage on both sides. You know what? Person B really does see person A as almost like the perfect match, because we have the Two of Cups here, which is really like soulmate energy. So, as I mentioned, I think you guys are very well matched. That's what Spirit is also telling me. But you have to move past this blockage because it's really holding you guys back. And with this King of Swords as well, it's like this person is also up in their head a lot and really trying to think about this logically. But logic doesn't always work in romantic connections. You really have to sometimes make choices based off what your heart is telling you. Really always, actually, if it's true love. So this is very interesting. And person B might be an air sign. Person A could also have air placements. We have a lot of mirroring here. So as I mentioned, the Leo energy as well. And you know, Leo, I have mentioned this in some of my videos, but I often associate it with like feigning confidence. So I think both parties have really been putting up a mask and really been hiding their true feelings. So this is very interesting, and it's like you're both scared of this Tower moment, but I think your fears are much greater than it should be, because you really reciprocate each other's feelings, but you also reciprocate each other's insecurities. So I hope for you listening, I don't know which side you resonate with, because the energy is really like muddled, but maybe you are courageous enough to actually step forward and make a move, because like with this poll, it's like there's so much that can be uncovered, but someone has to actually move this situation along. So I really hope you can gather the confidence and the strength to do this, because I do think you are very well matched and you could have a very happy relationship. It's very gentle, you two, so I think you will also be gentle with each other. Now I want to end this reading with some guidance cards. So let's start with the Moonology deck. So Spirit, for group number 3, please. What guidance can you give them? Let's see, we're just going to take like 1 or 2 just to get some advice. Okay, that is too much. Just 1 or 2, please. There's a lot coming out here. Okay, just hold on. I think you really have a lot to say to each other. Okay, we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, and a new start is coming, another new moon. So definitely very fresh energy here. And I feel like this is a new start in this connection, so a new phase. And this luck is on your side is really speaking to me about this fear of rejection. So don't be scared of making a move. I really don't think or feel that you will be rejected by the other party, because there's really like this mirrored energy here. So all of your fears are ungrounded. It's very interesting. So let's just get one last card here. I'm going to use the Work Your Light oracle. So Spirit, one last piece of parting advice for pile number 3, please. Let's see here. We have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And I feel like what needs to change is how you are approaching this relationship. So both parties have to step up and take charge. We started with this leadership card here in the beginning. So it's really about just fake it till you make it, if that's what you need to do. But I feel like you are both going to be feeling like scattered, like this person almost in pieces, fragmented, unless you choose to make this change and to step up and lead. So pile number 3, that is what I see for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe. And then otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye. Hello my dear people in pile number 4. So you guys chose the card Success, and you also chose this butterfly here. So today we are doing a you versus them reading in your romantic connection, and we are asking Spirit to show us what energy you and your person are in, and what energy this connection is in. So I chose these cards to represent the connecting energies between you and your person. So it's interesting, we have the card Success here, so definitely you both want success. And I find it interesting that we have like this jaguar on here. So it's like you are lurking almost. There might be some stalking, checking out what the other person is doing on social media. And with the butterfly, there's definitely a need or a want for transformation. So it could be that you are stuck in some type of situation and you want this to change. But we'll see what wants to come through. So to begin, I'm just gonna get cards for person A and person B. So this is to represent the energy of each person, but sometimes the energy may relate to both parties. So in romantic connections especially, the energy often overlaps. So you can decide by yourself which side you relate to more. So to begin, for person A, we have the Hawk card, and this is from the Animal Spirit oracle. And for person B, we have the Cobra card. And then for person A, we also have the Victim. And for person B, we have Networker. So this is quite interesting energy. Now I want to start by mentioning that the Hawk is air energy, so Libra, Aquarius or Gemini could be significant. And the Cobra is fire energy, so Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. Now this Hawk is really actually giving me Sagittarius as well, because it talks about having a higher perspective, and it's like being a messenger almost. So I think this person is really trying to gain a bigger perspective on this connection as well. As I mentioned, maybe stalking on social media. And it could be that they are almost putting themselves in this victim mindset, maybe seeing some things that hurts them. So it could be that they see you or person B online with a lot of friends, or maybe networking a lot, and they are feeling quite jealous. So with the Victim card, the light attribute says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others, and the shadow attributes are playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. So I definitely do get the sense that person A is in a bit of a victim mindset right now. They might be feeling very sorry for themselves, and I do think part of this is by maybe stalking a bit too much, and maybe making their own assumptions based on what they see, but not having the full picture, which is ironic because the hawk is about having a higher perspective. Because, but I think like their higher perspective is a bit skewed because it's still from their perspective and not actually just looking at things objectively. So that's quite interesting. Now with the cobra here, this almost talks about someone that is waiting, you know, and the cobra is quite a poisonous. If they bite you, you will die. so maybe this person has a very sharp tongue. But I really get the sense that they are almost waiting for movement from this hawk person. And with this networker card, it says with the light attributes, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. And the shadow attributes are conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Now, I also get air energy from this. So you could be both be like fire and air quite a lot in your birth chart. Doesn't have to be. But you know what I really get with this is person B might actually be trying to show off a bit online. You know, it says here conveys information only for personal gain. It's almost like, you know, posting only your best selfies or using a lot of filters or something like that. It's almost like you want to show, or person B wants to show person A that they are living their best life. So there's definitely like masks being worn here, and this is definitely hurting person A, because person A is really not seeing the real bigger picture here. And it's almost like this cobra person wants to almost bite back at person A a bit. So it could be that person A did something that made person B mad. And I do think person B is actually quite busy at the moment, maybe really networking, and maybe going to a lot of parties or something like that. But what's funny is that the connecting energy is still success. So it's like, I do get the idea that in this connection there is games being played, but in reality you both want this to have a successful outcome, and you're both in this lurking energy. So even though the cobra person is really trying to have this false persona, they too are keeping a watchful eye on the hawk person. So because, as I mentioned, it's about waiting. So it's very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Now I'm going to move into the tarot now so that we can get more information about what energy person A and person B is embodying. So let's start with person A here. So Spirit, for pile number 4, please. What can you tell us about person A here? And I'm not taking reversals today. We have the Page of Wands. So more fire energy. And they definitely want to communicate. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And they want an equal give and take here. So they want person B to actually respond and have an actual conversation here. We also have the Ace of Cups. A lot of emotion. Interesting. And that's also why they are in this victim mindset, because they are very emotionally invested, and it really hurts them to see person B being happy without them. Let's see, we have here the Queen of Swords. So more air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see here, we have Page of Pentacles. It's almost like they are studying person B and really trying to be strategic about what moves they take. And I do think person A is quite smart, but they're a bit blindsided in this connection. We have the 10 of Wands. You know what? The emotions that they have for person B is really weighing heavy on them. They are really trying to like juggle everything in their life, and it's taking a big toll on them, all of the love that they have. And I do think there's quite a strong attraction here, and maybe they haven't had the chance to explore this relationship physically, and that is also coming through for some of you guys. And that is definitely something that I want to do, but with this Queen of Swords, I'm quite scared of person B judging them for that. But let's first get for person B before I jump the gun here. So Spirit for person B, please, in pile number 4. Can we get some information? Okay, we have, 2 of Swords. Interesting. Let's get more here. We have 4 of Swords. A lot of Swords here. Very big air energy on this side. And in general, actually, we have the 7 of Wands. Let's get some more. We have, okay, Queen of Cups, Empress, and, oh, okay, let's take that one. Just jumped here. We have, oh, interesting, 5 of Pentacles. This is very interesting. I keep on saying that. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, the reason why this Cobra person is like waiting is because they don't want to actually make this decision, because they feel left out in the cold by person A. And it feels to them like they were constantly almost fighting for this connection. So now they are in this 4 of Swords energy in like a retreat, because they are trying to stand in their power, and they know that they bring a lot to the table, and they are like this Empress, and they have a lot that they can offer for person number A. So they also feel like there is emotional investment from this side. You know, the Queen of Cups is very emotionally invested, but they are keeping this under wraps, and they have no problem with keeping this under wraps, because they feel like person A really wasn't putting in enough effort. And I find it ironic that person A is in this victim mindset, because it seems to me like they have definitely done something that agitated person B quite strongly. So it almost feels to me like person A realized too late what person B could offer them. It's like they didn't see person B as this Empress, as someone with a lot of abundance and that can really provide for them in a relationship. And so they might have made some moves where they didn't actually pursue this. And now we have all of this like beginning energy here with the pages and with the ace. So they definitely want a fresh start here, but I think person B is quite, how should I say this, like they're a bit cold or closed off. I'm not sure how they will receive person A, if person A was actually to come through with communication, because there's definitely the intent. They, as I said, have been keeping quite a watchful eye and been making plans, but I do also have fear with this 10 of Wands. I think they are realizing what a big mistake they made, and that person B isn't as open to receive them as they maybe were in the past. Now, part of this is a bit of a show, as I mentioned here, with the networker energy. So I do think this has also affected person B, but they are trying to keep that under wraps and really not showing that to the public. And it also feels to me like they're almost fighting their feelings a bit, because they feel a bit sad, really, actually, is what's coming through. It's like they expected more of person A, and they expected this situation to turn out in a different way. And it's almost like they expected success, but that wasn't what they got. It's very interesting. And I do think person B actually wants communication from person A, even if it's just like an apology. Because I think they want to just close off the cycle, whether that is moving this connection into a new and better phase, or just moving on to something else. It's very interesting. So linking in with this idea of the butterfly and transformation, so whether transforming this situation into a new phase or closing it off, that's really what the goal is for both parties here. Now person A is quite set on still having a romantic relationship with person B, but person B, I'm not so sure. As I said, person B is emotionally invested, but now they have a few more boundaries up, and I think the way that person A acted really showed them also that they should be focusing on their own self-worth and really standing in their power, because they are this empress. And I do think person A also really respects person B for how they acted. Maybe they didn't actually think that person B would almost like retract their energy. That's very interesting. So I want to end this reading with some guidance for you guys. So let's see here, where are my decks? Okay, we're going to use the Moonology deck, so just 1 or 2 cards please, Spirit, for group number 3. Group number 4. Let's see here. We have confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo, and also don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. Interesting that we have 2 Leo energies here, so Leo could be significant. You know what, I found it very intriguing that these landed on the different sides. So I feel like for person A, this is talking about them needing to have confidence for the success, and for person B, you literally shouldn't let pride get in your way, because I think there really is a lot of emotions attached to person A, and if person A is really willing to change the situation, you should give them a chance. And this doesn't mean giving them 100 chances, just 1 more, just to see. So have an open mind and maybe receive them with a bit more empathy. I think that's what Spirit's trying to say here. So let's just end with 1 last card here. Okay, 1 last guidance card please. Okay, you have inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So I think what this is saying is that there's actually like this devotion energy between the both of you, whether you want to admit this or not. But it's also talking about listening to what your heart is telling you. So if your heart is telling you to give, or if person B's heart is telling them to give person A another chance, then I think this is like a little nudge. But if your heart is telling person A to actually have confidence, then that is also what they should do, and they should really follow their intuition. So group number 4, that is what I see for you guys. That is what is happening in this connection. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously it's not necessary, but I really do appreciate it. And then I hope you have a wonderful day further, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.